welcome to Dragon Quest X. I'm Noaria. This is Mel. She's had a little bit of a change since last week. Welcome Nathan. Welcome Cran. Thank you so much for the host. Ohio. Tokusenin. 素敵な贈り物をくれてくれてありがとう. She even has shoes now. So probably one of the things that you'll notice is she's got a slightly different hairstyle and her hair is now 2 colors. There was a major game update that went live this week. I believe it was 4.3. Correct me if I'm wrong. And there are a few hairstyles that the salon can now do highlights or a second color in. And which hairstyle that is changes depending on whether you're a male character or a female character and which race you are. I think it's a little bit different. 4.4? Okay, thank you. Oh, 頑張って. You love the hair? Yeah, it's cool. The bow and then the ponytail in the back is actually a piece of headgear that goes with this outfit. It's an outfit that an NPC in version 4 wears. But it's not really too big of a spoiler to show it to you guys. So yeah, I was gifted the other pieces of the set that goes with the top and the skirt and made a full outfit of it. And while I was at it and having to change Mel's hair because if she still had the big fancy hair, the ponytail kind of clips through it and it looks odd. So since I was changing that anyway, I figured I would also show off what you can now do with the dual hair color. So she's gonna look like this for a little while, in her human form anyway. Her Puklepo form is still the same as it was. Thanks for tuning in, Cran. I hope it will be interesting for you to have in radio mode. Okay, so a lot has been going on in the plot. Last time we got a dragon, we went to the island of Eterne. To the city of Nalbia, which we'd only visited about 60 years in the past with our sibling character. But at least one of the people from back then is still there, and he has tasked us with finding his daughter who ran off with Tessa 60 years ago, just after she'd established herself as a fully fledged alchemist. And we've got to find out what the heck is going on. Any chance to be able to see my sibling again. Whoa! Ethan, thank you so much for the raid! Welcome everybody from Ethan's stream. I hope you're all having a great day. And I hope you're ready for some Dragon Quest X. So, first thing we gotta do, we have to head over to Nalbia. We are looking for a lady who was around back when Tessa and Liliol ran off. And hey Max, thank you so much for the follow. We're looking for a woman who was there when Tessa ran off, and a apparently the first stop that Tessa and Liliol took was over to Gran Zadora, and there was something going on there with Metazo fever. And we have to go back here, which this house does not belong to Isho, the alchemist, anymore. But someone here, probably this lady, because, yeah, that's a gentleman over there, will tell us, hopefully, what we want to know about where they went. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. No, nothing, man. How you doing today, Ethan? You're obsessed with red pandas? But they're adorable. It's easy to see why that would be the case. I'm glad you're back for DQ Thursday. We have missed you. Huh? What's that? I can't hear what you're saying at all. Everyone talks too quietly. Okay. So we need to do something that will help her hear better. Can you help me, sir? There's something you want to ask my wife, Daira, but that might be a bit of a problem with the situation as it is right now for her. If you had a, what do they call this in the English? A bendy branch? That would be helpful, but if it's okay with you, can you bring one here? If you do that, then I'm sure you'll be able to ask my wife about whatever it is you want. Yes, go with those boss fights. Okay, let's check. I don't think I have any on me at the moment. I do have a lot of junk on me though. Let's check the bank. Nope, you are the bank. Oh. Nope. Okay. I had the wrong thing copied there. For anyone who's still here from the raid who might want to participate in the boss fight, here's some mini medals. That's my channel currency. Shinayakana. Not in that one. That one's equipment. We'll try here. Those branches are everywhere, so it would be silly if I didn't have any, but it appears that I do not. And just go through the list one more time. Need that stored in the bank. Nope, looks like I'm going to need to go buy one. But my inventory's almost full, so I'm gonna stash what I can here. Oh, not that either, huh? Nope, this is still the same character. This is just her human form. What'd you guys find today? Dual Magus. Alright. Hi, Tereshai. So many magic waters. We'll have a use for those soon enough. How can I... Oh, no, I can't stash those bingo tickets because I have more than a stack of 99. Okay. Well, I cleared some space. Alright, let's go find a bendy branch. Luckily, there is a bazaar over here where we can buy just about anything. I've definitely got it now. Alright, let's go back again. You got one of your friends hooked on Dragon Quest? You're a good friend, Ethan. Okay, there we go. Shall we hand her the bendy branch? Yes, please. As soon as she saw her first slime. Aww. Love at first slime. It's so cute. Mel gave Daira the bendy branch. You're giving this to me? Now that you mention it. My one from before broke, so I wasn't able to use it. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, so she used the bendy branch to clean out her ears. Oh, that's much better. Bendy branches are the best for ear cleaning. What's that? I can hear the sounds around me clearly now. Huh? Oh no. What have I done? The reason I couldn't hear anything around me for so long was because I hadn't cleaned my ears in a while. And so you are? Huh. You want to hear about Liliol and Tessa, huh? Those are some rather nostalgic names. Told her she must play 4, 5, and 8. Those are some really strong, good recommendations. If she can bear the early game design, playing 1, 2, and 3 in order would also be good, but I know the imbalance with the mechanics in 2 makes that sometimes not something you really want to recommend to people. Hey, Pete-san, welcome. How are you doing today? Alright, those people, let's see. When they came to Gran Zadora, I was 5 years old. The metazo fever had spread throughout town, and it was a rough time. Two might be too much? Okay. Playing 1 and then playing 3, though. The aha moment in 3 is so good. if she doesn't want to play through the grind fest that the early games can be, then I would at least recommend watching someone play them. Because it also makes playing 11 a lot more fun after you've seen the first trilogy. Okay, seeing the situation, those two collaborated together really well to gather ingredients or materials. They alchemized the medicine for the metazo fever and saved people like me who were suffering. My father had known who Liliol was, you see. She had helped, Liliol helped Tessa, who was living with her, do a bunch of research on plants. But then a suspicious man in sunglasses appeared, and Liliol and Tessa left. I don't know where they are now. It was a long time ago, but there was just one point where I was sent a letter from them explaining their recent situation. Where did I put that? Can you ask my husband about where that might be? Okay. Have fun making dinner. I hope it's something tasty. Hey, Zipney. Welcome. Okay, so we'll talk to her husband. So you're searching for Tessa and Liliol. I've heard a little bit about them from my wife. Oh man, that there was a man in sunglasses with a tattoo on his forehead who was trying to get in the way of Tessa's research and even attempted to steal her life. But things calmed down after that incident. That's what it said in this letter that Liliol sent quite a long time ago. There were several very pretty pictures that were enclosed with it. There was one in particular that I liked a lot, and it's decorating the place even now, though I don't know where the scenery of it is. Oh, I wonder if it's that one over there. If I recall, it's supposed to be an island somewhere in Lendashia that the letter came from, but I can't remember the name of it. I'm sorry. If it's okay with you, you can at least take a look at that picture. It's on the dresser that's next to the bed over there. Okay. How close can I get the camera to zoom? Oh, well, I guess I don't need to. Thank you, game. kono hanashi wa... itsumo kando shichau. Alright. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at a monastery somewhere. I guess way over here in the corner you can see a building that looks like it probably has a cross on top of it. Or, not a cross, they don't... but that symbol that they use for the churches in this game. It's a picture of a pretty island. Let's search Landashia for the place that has this same scenery. Okay. Oh. Game, you didn't need to tell me. I mean, I guess it's kind of nice for some people that you do. But we need to go find an island. So I'm gonna stand over here where no one can see me. And call my dragon. You're more curious about the runes in the water to the left side? Okay, so... I mean, if you open up your map with the way that they do the helpful maps now, it kind of shows you that the island we're looking for is... it's in the inland sea, and it's not too far from Eternity. We are looking for Made Island. And I think that may be it over here. Yep. Let's turn the dragon around so we can get the icon on there. Do you want to stop at Made Island? Yes. Let's go down there. You're right, dragon shouldn't be a spoiler anywhere in Nalbia, because they'd need to fly there. So that looks like the building that we could see in the corner. This actually looks quite like the scenery that was in that photo. Oh wow. So... that's some pretty amazing ruins down there. Time to go spelunking? I don't actually think so. Let's see. Got a little bit of map here. So there's the Monastery of the Deserted Island. It's got 2 entrances. Got some treasure over there. Gonna poke around here and see if there's any other treasures hidden around. Can't get down over to this little corner over here. But the other stuff, it looks like we're gonna have to go into the monastery and find the other door to go out the other way. This is interesting architecture. It almost looks dwarvish, but not quite. But nearly everything is underwater. Maybe we'll learn more about that later. Okay, let's head up into the monastery and see if we can get a clue about where Liliol and Tessa went. Yeah, the physics on the ponytail are interesting. Okay, let's head inside. Oh, there's another glowing book over there. Who's Liliol? That's not my name. Okay. Let's see. The lifestyle here is humble, but because of that, our hearts are rich. While living life at a slower pace, you realize just how many small joys there are in everyday life, and you can be grateful for them. Welcome back, Ethan. Fajitas for dinner. Sounds tasty. Ooh, treasure. Okay, I feel a little bad taking treasure from a monastery. Oh, there's a book here. There's a book called I think that's something like The Way of the Nun. Double check that. Oh, or more like rules for nuns. To live in a monastery, frugality is a virtue. You must not neglect laundry or cleaning on a daily basis, and when it is time to eat, you must offer up gratitude to the goddess. Let's see, we're in human territory. Well, it could be god or goddess. at any time in your lifestyle of service to the goddess you feel a longing for people, or you miss people, then no, even if you do feel a longing for other people. If I'm reading this correctly, it says you must not play pranks or make mischief with the younger nuns, like your kohai, your junior nuns. Okay. Mother Ione. You say you've come here searching for a woman named Liliol in order to deliver something to her? Might your name be Mao? Yes. As I thought. I have heard about you from Tessa. Liliol was my name before I became a sister. Now that I take a closer look at her, she does look almost the same, just with, a couple of wrinkles and gray hair and glasses. That really is her. Wow, we found her, guys. You've done well to come to a place like this. Might I see what you have come to deliver? I feel like it might be something from that person, and so I'm kind of in a rush. So we gave the present for Liliol over to Mother Dione. This is a rainbow shining stone pendant. I see. This is from my father. He remembered that I said I wanted a matching one to my mother's pendant. Thank you very much, Mao. Please tell my father that I will treasure this all my life. I thought I would never have contact with my father ever again, but he's remembered this all this time. I thought the bond between us had been completely cut, but I guess those bonds are quite mysterious things. Just like between you and Tessa. If you've come from my father's place, then that means that you've met up with Tessa again already and you've received the flower, right? Do you mean to say you haven't met Tessa? Then have you received the item that Tessa left with my father for you? You haven't received it. That may just mean that Father has forgotten that Tessa entrusted something to him. No, I am the person in this world that has spent the most time together with your little sister. I never thought that you would come here before meeting with Tessa again. But let me take this opportunity to tell you a bit about our lives. Oh, maybe I should have gone and read that glowing book first. We're getting things out of order here, guys. About 60 years or so ago, Tessa, who had become a fully fledged alchemist, received a request from the priestess of Eterne Village to create a certain flower. It appears that she also received a warning from that priestess that it would be dangerous to create this flower. So in order to not cause trouble for any of us, Tessa tried to leave the island by herself. But I couldn't just let that go. I heard the situation from Tessa. And when I thought about how much hardship she was going to go through to make that flower, I sold the house in Nalbia that Father had left to Tessa, and in order to get money for living expenses and research, and we left the island together. I braced myself to do this, or I kind of, jumped into this, but I thought that my father might also be in some kind of danger, so I left without telling him what we were doing. So that must be the guy that everyone's mentioning. And so as she progressed in her research for creating this flower, just as the priestess had predicted, a man with a tattoo on his forehead came aiming for Tessa's life. And we moved around from place to place as that man appeared, continuing on with the research, but as an opponent, he was quite Another way to say clever. Let me double check this word. Oh, tenacious or persistent. Okay, so he... But other meanings of this word are vindictive, spiteful, and vengeful. So, persistent with a very negative intent in mind, let's say. And then Tessa made the decision that she could no longer kind of keep me involved or potentially have me be collateral. And she made me... Well, it says evacuate, but basically leave to come to this island on my own. And Tessa set off out on her own. I really wanted to be together with her until the end. However, when I saw the desperate look on her face, I had no choice but to promise to remain here. And ever since then, I have been here praying that Tessa is safe, that she finishes or completes her research, and that she can give you that flower. And then one day, it was about 10 years ago, a letter arrived from Tessa. It said that she'd successfully or safely completed the flower, and that the key to reaching that flower was something that she had sent to my father, Isho. Tessa should still be waiting for you. When you get back to my father, will you ask him what it was that Tessa entrusted to him? And please tell my father that I apologize for selling the house in Nalbia without consulting him, and left the island without telling him anything about the situation. Man, that's a lot to handle. Okay. I guess before we go, I'm gonna take a look at this book. Is this volume 3? It is volume 3. I'm pretty sure even if you find the books in the wrong order, the game doesn't let you read them except in the correct order. Yeah, now we know the reasons why things happened. Okay. The Wandering Alchemist, Volume 3. It's gonna take some time to read. That's okay. Or perhaps not. Just a sec. Oh no. Guys, we have maintenance coming in an hour. Might have to, unfortunately, cut the stream early or switch over to something else. Okay, you began to read The Wandering Alchemist, Volume 3. Okay. After defeating the great monster Balzac, the wandering alchemist Tessa opened the door to the gold shrine which had been closed. The door in the gold shrine. Beyond that door was the scenery of her nostalgic hometown that Tessa had seen even in dreams. Tessa ran. At last, she could return to her hometown where she was born, the village of Eterne. She could see her older sister Mel, but yeah, I assume it's quick bug fixes from the 4.4 update. When she arrived, that place was Eterne Village, but something was different about it from the hometown that Tessa knew. Her elder sister, and anyone who would have greeted her by saying welcome home were not to be found. And for some reason, the people of the village were calling Tessa their savior. Let me just get the correct reading on that. Kyuseishu. Yeah. So Tessa was bewildered, and then basically she was brought to the priestess who guides the village, the villagers of Eterne, and it was the nostalgic name of Abba that she heard. Abba was in the middle of performing a summoning ceremony. Tessa was asked by Abba's servant, Chatska, to alchemize some mysterious beans which would be used to end the ceremony. and I shall show this bean to Abba, or Lady Abba, right away. You should wait right here. Obviously, since she's the most respected person in the village, everyone uses Sama as a suffix with Abba's name. Lady Abba, are you okay? Please hang in there. In accordance with the annunciation made by Lord Kame, or Kame-sama, the Savior has been given the mysterious bean book and has created this bean here. The bean? Crunch, munch, chomp, chomp. There he is, there's Kame. Kame-sama, Lord Kame, whichever you want to use. What is this bean? It's super tasty. Chomp, 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 chomp. The burns thirsty. Wow, that was so good. I feel power welling up within me. Look at this. As I am now, I can finish this ceremony in an instant. What is this ceremony? What in the world was that? Is that the power of that bean? Whoa! He woke up. Just now, that... The ceremony is finished. Tessa, was it? It is thanks to you. I give you my thanks. Chatsuka, gather everyone in the village. Yes, Lady Elba. Just like we saw before. Yeah, I'm glad to see that we were able to see the extended version of Offline as well. And I'm glad that I was able to get those videos from you, Cran, before we got to this point in the story. I really wanted to do that. Listen, citizens of Eterne. In accordance with the proclamation made by Lord Kame, with the power of the Savior who has crossed a long way, the summoning ceremony is finished. Now, a new priestess comes to greet you. Hey! Long live the new priestess! Long live Lady Abba! My name is Abba. I am the one, or the new priestess who will guide the citizens of Eterni. As the priestess, I will guide the citizens of Eterni down a new path. This bean is super tasty. Everyone, we'll grow these mysterious beans with everyone's help. What's that? I've never seen a bean like that before. This mysterious bean gave me strength, and I was able to overcome the wall blocking me from finishing the ceremony. This bean, I name it the, what did I call the Hatsuratsumame? I should have had my notes here. The lively bean? Is that what I call? I think I called them lively beans. Lively beans. That bean is what saved Lady Abba? Oh, you guys found Kandar. Good job. We're grateful to those beans. Let's grow and harvest lots of them in this land. Everyone, let's take care of them. Now I will be able to eat the lively beans whenever I want. Abba, you're forgetting something important. You have to explain who Tessa is to everyone. Oh, that's right, that's right. Everyone, I introduce you. This here is Tessa, who made the lively beans. Just as Lord Kame proclaimed, Tessa has worked to, in order to make me the new priestess. I ask you to show Tessa respect as the savior of this village, and have decided to welcome her as a citizen of Eterni. I want everyone to get along with her. That's all. Dismissed! This is a weight off my shoulders now. Villagers left the area, leaving just Abba and Tessa. That person with a nostalgic name she was finally able to meet again. That priestess Abba, who guided Eterni and was entrusted with the proclamations of Lord Kame, was somehow just a very young girl. Tessa was... she was so dismayed Tessa was so dismayed, but then the young Abba spoke to her. Tessa, I know. You came to this era by using a spell to cross time, didn't you? You don't need to say anything. This will be a secret just between you and I. Time crossing is a spell that was forgotten long ago. If people started talking about it again, then it would become easy for us to catch the eye of evil beings. That's right. In this era, there's nobody who can use the time-crossing spell. There's no way for you to return to your previous era, or the era you were from. But please don't be downhearted. Even if you can't meet one another, you can use my prayers to, at very least, send your feelings to Mel. Now, let's pray. Think of your elder sister in that far-off, distant place. If you pray strongly, then your feelings will take shape, and without fail, they will be delivered to Mel. Mel, elder sister of Tessa, our savior. Your little sister is doing her best in this era. Please make sure that you accept her feelings, or that her feelings, properly reach you. With the help of the young Abba, Tessa was somehow able to according to young Abba, Tessa was somehow able to use or cross time to the Eterne village of the past. After finishing her long tale, Tessa let out a deep sigh. This is the author of the book talking. I was completely confused by this unexpected ending to her story. I can't believe that such a thing as a time-crossing spell actually exists. But Tessa insisted she was telling the truth. She said that ever since she arrived in the Eterne village of the past, She had always been searching for a way to return to her previous era, and that is why she continued to wander. And when I asked her, "Did you find a way to return?" she smiled sadly and pointed up at the sky. A beautiful rainbow had appeared in the sky as the rain let up. And in that 1 second where I was completely taken by looking at that rainbow, the figure of that wandering alchemist disappeared. I wonder if the story of that alchemist that I met on that rainy day actually happened. And who in the world was Tessa? Even now, on days when it rains, I remember that sad smile of the wandering alchemist Tessa. Thus concludes the tale of the wandering alchemist. Yes. It's a tale in 3 volumes, told by someone who, I think they said that in the beginning they were a wandering merchant or something like that, and they'd taken shelter from a sudden downpour under a big tree and had this conversation with someone who was already there. Nothing interesting. Oh, there is something here. Well, I'm not sure it was made super clear. I would have to go back and check last week's footage. I'm not sure how many years have passed since what we saw in the flashbacks with Tessa to when this conversation happened under the tree. Obviously, if Tessa's telling somebody else about it, she doesn't mind the story getting out. Okay, this book is like a voyage journal of Lendacia. Certain month, certain day. We set sail from Gran Zadora Harbor for the island of Eterne in the inland sea of Dendacia. Some days later, we have arrived at the inland sea of Lendacia. Some other days later, the wind had been calm, but all of a sudden it grew stronger. It blew so strongly that the mast nearly broke. Some months and days later, we've washed upon a deserted island. Some days later after that. We have received a revelation from heaven and have begun building a monastery here. And that's when the journal ends. Nothing interesting. mini medal. A book called Made Island. Made Island is a deserted island surrounded by reefs. The rising sun is beautiful, and the shining starry sky is lovely. This island, long ago, was a glorious city on the, like the fringes, on the extremes. One part of it was, or no, there, oh, let's see. Let's read the whole sentence together. There is a high probability that one part of it used to be a glorious city. There are some places around the island where you can see ruins beneath the water. However, there's no longer anyone living who knows the truth of this. All that has been left behind is the blue of the sea and the sky that is unchanging with the passing of time. I missed something in chat. I missed a lot in chat. Oh man. Yeah, the fact that it brings up the smiling sadly thing right after she was asked if she ever was able to reach her era again makes me think that that probably didn't happen. Tiny Island used to have, yeah. I mean, I assume that's what some of those ruins outside point to. Oh. This must be how we get out to that other part of the island. Whoa! It's underground. Okay. Well, let's see where this goes. Whew. Huh. Interesting, this is more of that same architecture. So some part of it still exists, but yeah, it looks like a whole ton of it fell in the ocean. Guys, I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was going to be maintenance right in the middle of stream. kind of want to jump down there, but I want to finish searching the rest of... Nothing else that we can get to out here? No? Okay. Well, then I'm going down. Oh man, there's a treasure chest over there. No, I jumped down the wrong part. Now I can't get back over there. Oh, phooey. I should be able to jump that. Oh, can I get back up top through here? An atlas card. Okay, I can get back over this way. Okay, where was the treasure chest? Here we go. Time crystal. Alright. Yep, go see Isho. Yes, yes, please take me there. We're behind on what's happening. Let's see. How widely should I explain? We're coming up on the end-ish of version 2. There's a castle where the great demon lord has set himself up, and there's a barrier there. Princess Anlucia needs... No, go this way. Needs Pegasus, the legendary steed, in order to break that barrier. We came to this island searching for clues on how to find Pegasus. Instead, well, not instead, we found Claus here. That guy in the purple and yellow outfit that's been around ever since the beginning of version 2. We found him in the ruins of Eterne Village. He said that in order to awaken Pegasus, we need to find a Tensu flower. So that's what we're currently trying to do. But we're getting kind of some more explanation of what happens to our sibling who was flung through time while we're doing it. There are some other small things that I haven't mentioned because I can't remember if we were told them or not last week. Yeah. So, we're back, Isho. What's that? You met Liliol? I can't believe it. I'm so grateful, Mel. Now let me hear in detail what she had to say. I see. Right now, Liliol has changed her name to Mother Leone, and she's living in a monastery on a place called Made Island. To think she's in a monastery. But I'm glad that she seemed happy at receiving the rainbow sparkling stone pendant. She's been through a lot and been kind of lonely ever since her mom died, which is before the time when the sibling met them. The only dream she's ever had is to have a pendant just like the one her mother owned. But to think Liliol was the one who sold the house in Nalbia. I had the feeling that might have been the case, but I guess there's no reason to dwell on it now. And So what about Tessa? Huh? I haven't given you what she entrusted to me for you, and that's why you haven't been able to meet her? Hmm? Yeah, the Tensu flower is also the one from the way beginning prologue of the game that we were initially sent out to find to save our village. We did actually find one, but the rest of the area where they were growing got burned up by a demon. The flower managed to get brought back, and kind of the ghost of Abba, once the village was destroyed, managed to hang on to the flower long enough until we reached the point in the game where your spirit returns to the village to get your human form back, and she actually used it. She gave it to Kame to give him energy, because he'd been watching over your human form the whole time, and you were able to get it back. Oh, do you mean that thing? Isho says. It was a really long time ago, just once, that a letter came from Tessa. I barely glanced at it and kind of tossed it aside. Because she'd gone and done something so selfish, and it seemed like there was some kind of request in the letter. And I think it had some kind of pearl or something inside. Sorry. I don't think I threw it out, but so it must be here somewhere. So I'll look for it. For the time being, here's thanks for what you've done up till now. Ooh. Is that a strength seed? Or no, a defense seed? Cool. Alright. Yes, Tessa is my little sister. When you start the game, you create not only your own character, but a sibling character. And you can choose to make them older, younger, male, female, doesn't matter. I made a little sister, and I named her Tessa. You don't need to worry. I'm sure I will search for the thing that Tessa sent to me, so just wait. That's right, why don't you go take a walk, and while you wait, it seems like there's some kind of ruined village on the south part of the island, so how about going there to kill some time? I mean, I can and will and probably have to actually do that, but there's something else on this island that's kind of been bothering me. Also, I wonder if that tree is the one that the conversation took place under. It seems like the kind of place where an alchemist might take shelter in a rainstorm and tell their long, sad tale to a stranger. I wanted to come over here because this whole part of the map did not exist in the offline portion of the game. And there is a shrine over here that was not in what we saw before. It's a purple shrine, and I wanted to see what's up. There's a treasure chest around the side here. An Yggdrasil leaf is always good. What does this say? The door is locked. You don't have a key that would fit this lock. Huh. That's so weird. Now I'm really curious if this shrine existed before, or if it was created in the image of the other shrines afterward. Because back then, we defeated Balzac, who was the person who had created the rest of the shrines. Alright. Off the Dole Ward for now. Is the game actually gonna make me? Yep. Okay. Yeah, the walkthrough says go to Eterne Village. Let's go, Falcor! I mean, it's kind of silly that in order to get to the village, you pretty much have to get on your dragon again. The next time I have to go to Nelbia, I'll actually step outside and kind of go around the area looking at the other shrines. Oh. Hana is purple now. What's up? What was I doing? That's right, the pearl. I was searching for the wind pearl. I want the wind pearl. Hey, lady. Go search for the wind pearl. Small pig named Hana in Eterne Village wants you to search for the wind pearl. Okay. I'm happy. The wind pearl is in the possession of someone on this island. So, lady, do your best to search for it. That was a cute little pig. Now my question is, if I go down here, are they both still down here? And do they say anything else? Well, it let me back in the room. Aha. What's wrong, though? Aren't you going searching for the Tensu flower? Aren't you seeking Pegasus? In order for Lord Kame to once again regain his form of Pegasus, he needs power and he needs the Tensu flower to do it, to give him power. The flowers that had been blooming in the pure water cave were all burned up. However, knowing you, you should be able to get a new flower somehow. Now, Mel, please go search for a Tensu flower. There should be a key to finding one somewhere on this island. Abby says pretty much the same thing he said last time. Alright, well, now that we have specific instructions to find the wind pearl, let's go back to Isho and see about the thing that he thought was like a pearl that had been sent to him by Tessa. You want Klaus to come along searching? I bet you'd like to have Klaus in your party. What would you do if you had Klaus? Who else would you put in your party? Huza? Nothing beats having a mat in your party? Agreed, Ethan. Mel, something good's happened. Sorry for making you wait. Or, no, you've come at a good time. Sorry for making you wait. It had made me so mad, so I'd put it aside and completely forgotten it, but I found that letter from Tessa. And it did say in it to give it to you. Oh, I'm really glad I didn't throw it away. Here, take it. And this is the wind pearl that she left with me. So we have the wind pearl in our key items. Now, concerning that wind pearl, when I look at it really closely, it's something that was made using some really high-level alchemy. If Tessa's the one who made that, then she's a much higher level alchemist than I imagined. I'm looking forward to seeing her again. Now that I think about it, there was that suspicious tattooed man who was after her. I wonder if she's okay. Oh, guys, we've only got 10 minutes. Did we decide what I was gonna do once I get kicked out of the game? Claus, Huza, and Fosstail? Okay. Actually, before I go do anything else, I want to check out so that's the wind pearl. What was this? Oh, the iron safe. I see. That we got last time, and now we can't lose money even if we die. Okay. Oh, it's not gonna let me just zoom there. I suppose because it's a place that I can't set a zoom stone to. Alright. We'll fly. I think we've got just about enough time to go through this conversation and then do a proper sign-off before I get kicked out of the game. Hey, Hannah. We have the wind pearl. Hey, lady, you brought the wind pearl. I'm really, really happy. Give me the wind pearl. You know, the little smiling flower on the pig's hat looks just like the one that was on the hat that you receive in-game from your sibling when you finish the offline mode. That prayer that they did at the end sends a brief greeting and a happy hat, or I think it's called a happy hat, which is just like a little beanie with that flower on a spring on top. So something makes me think this pig is also definitely connected to sibling, to Tessa. So yeah, we'll give the pig the wind pearl. Oh, I remember everything. I'm supposed to bring the person who has this pearl to the place of flowers. That was the promise I had with Tessa. Hey, lady. Get on a flying dragon and come to the Razea wind tunnel that's to the southeast of this island. I'm gonna fly there right away. Wait for me in front of the boulder, or in front of the boulder door at the Razea wind tunnel. When pigs fly. Alright, time is it? Okay. The pig makes you happy. I'm glad. Pig's cute. Okay, southeast. Yep, we're heading in that direction. Once maintenance begins, you will no longer be able to play the game, it says. This sure looks like a wind tunnel. Or is this not actually it? Did I overshoot it? I guess I did. This just says it's Fiona. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong marker. I was looking at this thing I'm flying over right now. I actually need to go over here. That's why I couldn't find it. There we go. Here's up ahead there, that's the wind tunnel. I wasn't planning on going inside Cran, I just knew there was a stone here I could set a zoom to. So here we are. And this is the door that we're supposed to meet Hannah at, but it's 2 minutes to maintenance. So I'm going to set a zoom stone here. I'm going to reset my Nalbia stone. I might regret that later. Alright. And we can begin here next week. I'm sorry, it's a bit on the short side. I think that swirling vortex was where the... Yep, you're right, that is where the castle is. So, I'm gonna log off. It'll take me hopefully no more than 15 minutes to put together my PS4 setup. So I'll do that and then we can test drive some builders too. How's that sound? So hang out if you want to see that gameplay. And I'll be back as soon as I can. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. And I'll be back in just a little bit.